with the market going into complete panic over XRP and Bitcoin, we might not have a crystal ball, but we might have the next best thing, the fear and greed index. Let's take a look at it. The truth is, nobody really knows what's going to happen to the market. And if somebody tells you it's definitely going to do something tomorrow or definitely do something the day after, they're lying. They're lying. They're just taking their best guess, and they're either going to be right or they're going to be wrong. Because even if you have one of these, you can't see into the future. Because if I look into it right now, there's absolutely nothing about the XRP price in it. Not a single sausage. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button while you're at it, because it's going to help me out. It's going to cost you nothing to do it. It's completely free, but it's going to help me out big time. Thank you to all the people from TikTok that have followed me over here. I think it's heading up towards nearly 800 of you now have come over in the first 4 or 5 days. So I really appreciate every single one of you that's come over here. But if you are new and you found me through scrolling, hit that subscribe button. Quick bit of housekeeping. I am not a financial advisor. Do not take anything I say as financial advice. Do your own financial advice or find your own financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet with a beard talking to you about what I do and what I think. Right, let's get into this, because right now everybody is in absolute freak mode. Everybody is freaking out left, right, and center. Today, and I'm looking at the comments on TikTok, I've just been shaking my head because people are in meltdown. The price has plummeted. We can't get away from that fact. Let's go and have a look at the prices now. As you can see, this is XRP against the USD, looking on TradingView on a daily candle. So each one of these here, these candles is a single 24-hour period. As you can see, we have gone over the last week. Now, we have seen a bottom today of $2.13, which is, it's not been great. It's not been great. As it stands right now, we're currently, we are currently at $2.13. We've had a bottom of 195, which has been pants. And that is what sent people into complete and utter panic. But I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something that's going to make your life easier. At the bottom here is the fear and greed index for crypto. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this has been used for many, many years in the stock market, and it will show you where people are emotionally and where people are when it comes to their financial decisions. And if they're in fear or extreme fear, it means they're panicking, they're worried, and they're going to sell. If it's extreme greed, it's usually when the price is incredibly high, people want to buy. But if you flip this on its head, it's pretty much like having a crystal ball. Now, we know we can't see into the future, but what this can do is look right now across the board with no emotions, letting you know exactly where we are right now. Because if we look at XRP, for instance, okay, as it stands right now, the fear and greed index today is currently sat at 15. We are currently in extreme fear. And the price is currently at 230. But if we go back in time, let's go back here. Right, so the last time this was in extreme fear, it was sat at 15, so similar to today. And the price was 43 cents. 43 cents. Now, imagine you'd have bought, we'll use just a round number, 1,000 XRP on that day for 43p. And you waited until you was in extreme greed to sell. Let's go and find somewhere. And we could, here, couldn't we? Let's go and bring this down. On that day there, which was the Saturday, the 16th of November, 2024, it was worth $1.12, which is a huge percentage increase. So the point I'm making is, if we read these charts and we take the emotion away from it and we watch what's happening, it will be a very good indicator on when to buy and when to sell. Now, there's always the argument for dollar cost averaging. So putting in a similar amount regularly over time, weekly, monthly, fortnightly, whatever it will be. But for those of you that are feeling emotional today, for those of you that are thinking, I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, I'm really worried, just remember where we're sat today. We are currently sat in the extreme fear zone. And in that extreme fear zone, if we go off what I've just said, right now is the time for you to collect some more. Right now is probably the time that I will be buying some more. I did buy some more yesterday. And depending on what happens with this, correlated with the charts as well, will make it my decision for me so that I'm not making an emotional decision, because these emotional decisions are the one that make you lose money. And this is why 99% of people in crypto lose money, is because they're trading with emotions instead of with facts and stats. Let's go and have a look at Bitcoin. Fear and greed. Again, we are there. And it's currently at, as it stands right now, this very second, $83,000. Now, when was the last time it was at extreme? It was there. Was it an 86 there? How much was the price then? $106,000. So if you're not following the method I've just said, and you've done it in the complete reverse, and you've bought when everybody else is greedy, and you bought one Bitcoin, and that's a big number for most people. However, let's just look at it. And you bought it for $106,000. And then today you were emotion led and you sold it for 83. In that time span there, which is only since the 22nd of January, so we're talking a month and a week or whatever it is, you would have lost £23,000. But what if you'd done it the other way around, doing it the correct way around? When was the last time Bitcoin was in extreme fear? Here. Let me just change the charts. So the last time it was in extreme fear was, where did we see it? There. Okay. So last time it was in extreme fear, the price was 53,000 US dollars for a Bitcoin. If you'd have bought it then, you'd have bought one Bitcoin and you'd have sold the next time it was at extreme greed, which would have been there. And you'd have been in the extreme greed, sorry, the fear and greed category would have been 87. You would have sold it for 90,000 US dollars. You'd have nearly doubled your money had you ignored the emotions and ignored social media and just traded on when the sensible buy and sell options were. You'd have doubled your money. It would have been that simple. So what I'm trying to show you here is something to make you feel a bit better today, because I know everybody is feeling terrible. However, remove that emotion, start looking at the charts, start learning this extreme greed and extreme fear and everything in between, and things will start to make a little bit more sense. Hopefully, I've given you a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel of how you're feeling today, because I know a lot of people need a cuddle today. And if I can give you a virtual cuddle, then I would. I know a lot of you are going to be looking for where you can find this fear and greed index. And honestly, you just whack it into Google. There are loads of them all over the internet. Now, this particular one is on coinglass.com. And as you can see, this one is currently showing that it's 16. So it's currently in the extreme fear zone. And why the reason I wanted to show you this one is because it actually shows you a chart below it where it traces against Bitcoin price. And you can see, look, let me just zoom back out on that one. When it comes to, if we look here, here it was in extreme fear, and it was 30,000, 20 odd thousand. As we go up here, and it's high, it's 97,000. So you can see how this is happening, and you can see how this traces with it almost exactly. It's not perfect. It isn't perfect by a long shot, but it does go with it. So basically what you look at is the blue in the background is the fear and greed, and the yellow line across the middle. I'm colorblind, so if that's not yellow, I do apologize. But that yellow line across the middle, that is the price of the Bitcoin. As you can see, it kind of traces with it. It pretty much follows it. Now, if you can learn to look at the fear and greed index, remove the emotion from your trading, not get too sucked into social media comments when everybody's going into panic mode, and panic spreads and causes more panic. And using indicators like this, I mean, there's many, many other things that you could look at. I'm just showing you one thing today, which hopefully is simple to look at, simple to find, and easy to understand. Hopefully, this is going to give you a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, potentially how you're feeling today. So a lot of people are needing a virtual hug. And if I could give you a virtual hug, I would. The market today isn't great. I'm going to be honest. It is a sea of red with a splattering of little green shoots here and there. I mean, Berra seems to have done that today. Even Pi that's been bucking all the trends, 17.5% down. Nexo, down 12%. Let me go and have a look here, because I think if I remember rightly, I've put into the favorites here. Yeah, I put these three in here. So Bitcoin down 0.8%, XRP down 3%. So today is not a good day. And really, it hasn't been a good week. But if we look at the fear and greed index, what does it tell us? The fear and greed index is telling us that today's a good day to buy. Today potentially is a good day. Now, I'm not saying definitely go and buy. I'm not telling you to go and buy anything or sell anything at any time. I'm just showing you a method that I use, and it's something that it works over a long period of time. And if you stick to these methods over a long period of time, you will most certainly make money. Let's go look at the Pi Network price today. Where are we at? We are currently at $2.18. So they've made, this is on an hourly chart, they made a bit of a recovery from earlier, because earlier on it dropped all the way down to $1.81. I've got to admit, I think the Pi Network, Pi Pioneers, the Pi people, they've got to be happy with what they're seeing. And if they're not, I don't know what they're expecting, because I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It's a week off. Well, obviously, the crypto's not a week old, but a week old of me actually being live, and that's where we're sat right now. Honestly, I think that's pretty impressive. Well, currently, as we stand right now, tracking above XRP still. And that tells you everything you need to know. So, XRP people, Pi pioneers, how are you feeling now about this? Now I've shown you the fear and greed index. Is that going to give you a different perspective on what's going on today and where you probably sit about what's next? You're going to have to tell me how you feel in the comments. Thank you very much for watching me here. Please, if you can hit the like and subscribe button, that will mean the world to me. And also in the description, you're going to see a plethora of offers that are available to you with all sorts of discounts. Go and check them out. Links are in the description.